So this is the Guardian Drake suit turned inside out. It just had been drying. You can see where the feet attach on the inside to the outer layer. There's basically a circle weld. This is where when you are turning it inside out, so that the thinner layer, which is this layer, that's normally on the inside is going to be on the outside. When you go reach in to grab like a leg or an arm, you want to reach in and grab basically right here where that attachment point is, and you want to grab through so that you're actually like grabbing and you can feel the outer thicker layer and pulling it. That way you're not pulling on this and doing that and putting stress. It's fairly strong, but you know, it can only take so much, and if you're really pulling hard to pull the leg through, that can be a place where it could tear. So that's on basically each arm and leg. So the arms, they're kind of similar. You've got a spot just like that. On one arm, you do have a valve, release valve. And so these are, I have the factory make these. This is per my design, actually. Pretty much everything that they've done so far since they've started building suits that cover the head has been to my requirements, because they did not want to do it in the very beginning. But I told them, look, I know how to do this safe. Here's what we do. We put in a valve by the fingers that has no flap so that it just gushes air if you pull it. Then we also, of course, do one in front of the face. But on this one, since it's got an open face, now this is turned inside out. So like, that's kind of where your chin would normally rest, kind of, you know, right in here. And that's the valve on the inside. And same thing, right now I have it pushed in. But if you're going to be maybe by yourself, which of course nobody should be doing that, but for some reason if you are doing something by yourself, you definitely want to pull that out. And it also has no valve, but you can use that to inflate the suit or deflate it. So of course, now at the top of the head there is also a circular weld. This one they don't typically do, because normally on these it covers the face, and then this point is actually the breathing tube. So that's always at the top of the head. But since we don't have that, I guess it made sense to go ahead and do a weld to join the two. Now, one thing I've been having them do is lately I've been having them sandwich a ring of material, of 0.4 millimeter material, between the inner layer and the outer layer, so that when they weld, it's got like a bunch of extra material. So the weld has like this really thick bead on the inside and outside. That was my idea, because we kept having to reinforce these. But lately, this has actually been incredibly strong now that we've been doing that. This is also something that we're doing at the top and bottom. I'm having them do at the top and the bottom of the zipper. The first time they did a zipper, they made the weld have a square. You know, they basically did a bar weld up and then a bar weld over, and I was like, God, no, you can't do that, because like when you pull the inner layer to the outer layer, it would put so much stress on that little corner where they had the right angle. I said, do you not have a round bit that you can use that's like, you know, about 2 inches? And they said yes. So we started to do that, but it would still tear. So again, I had them put the thick material between the sandwich between, so that way when they weld, it puts a nice big thick bead around the perimeter there. And that's at the top and the bottom of the zipper on the in between layers. So main inflation valve is on the back next to the zipper on the outside. Of course, each wing has its own valve, and then of course the hair has its own valve. Can't see that really right now since it's turned inside out. Trying to see if there's anything else to point out. I think that's about it for the inside.